Hi, Abby here. I'm doing a part 2 to the soul journey I did with Pope Francis. And I really want to get into the heart of Pope Francis himself. The first journey I did is a little lengthier. It's 30 minutes long, and the heart of Pope Francis took me into what was like the hive of the Catholic Church, the Vatican City, Jesus, Bible, that whole shenanigan, right? It's a big tree with a lot of roots. And we explore his position and place in conjunction with all of this stuff. And it's a lot of compartments and a lot of places, and there's a lot of messages in there. Exploring judgment, exploring what is a drying up persona of heaven and hell, the aspect of what it is to confess your sins. It's interesting. I wanted to do a second journey into the heart of Pope Francis, as I want to actually get to know Pope Francis. I will say the first journey with him, he's a human. He has a heart. He has a heart that longs to share love. There's nothing dark about Pope Francis. There's nothing reptilian or evil about Pope Francis. And I want to get to know him more. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the journey state, and we'll see what we can find out more about specifically Pope Francis, okay? All right, so I'm walking upstairs, and he is waving and smiling at me. And he says, "Wow, you're back so soon." And I say, "Yeah, I know. I went down there, went through the honeycomb. I saw a lot of things, but I really wanted to see more of you. More than anything that I saw, I really wanted to see more of you." He smiles at me. He says, "Thank you." He is not the type of person that he would put himself above anyone else. However, he is in a place of being a leader, right? But he does not have the ego, the same type of ego that would put him in such a place. And he points to all the people below. And he says, What do I do, Abby? All of these people look to me. I am a leader and a speaker of the church. And I say, change the system, change the style of communication, change the meaning. He says the meaning has been the same for a very long time. I cannot just simply change the meaning. The meaning is written, and I am a representative of that meaning. I say that is what you think. That is your mind telling you you have to stay aligned with the way it has always been. But you could be a beacon of change. You could share something new. You could open a doorway to the hearts and the minds of those who have never seen this doorway open. To those of us who were raised Catholic, who have fallen away from being Catholic because we're sick of it. We're sick of the heaven and hell shenanigans. We want the truth. Do you know how many people you could bring back to the church just by simply allowing us to see more of the truth instead of the brainwashing? He takes some time to think about this, and he echoes back the dark tree that I saw in the first journey. And the dark tree has a lot more power, but it is hidden beneath the surface. And I tell him, Pope Francis, just continue to be the love that you are, because you're beautiful. And I see that tree is drying up, and the whole system is drying up. The fires of hell are even not ablaze anymore, and the souls want to be set free. The souls that have been intertwined and lost along the way want to be set free, and that's partially your responsibility. He tells me he does not feel responsible for that because there are choices that everyone makes. And it's an honest response. However, there is opportunity for a new wave of influence that is loving and honest and inspiring and beautiful. And you don't have to be connected to the dark tree. He shows me again the root that I saw, and the root came out of his back and he turned to ash, and he said, Abby, when I took this role, I knew I would always be connected to the dark tree. And I tell him that that is a choice. Just like those souls, those two are choices. And then it is a choice then for myself. It's a choice for myself and how I want to feel about everything I've seen. He starts to dry up again, but he never turns to ash this time. He struggles with this. He struggles with being a new wave of expression that is still walking the pathway of the old gifts of wisdom, but it's an upgraded reflection. It's a new reflection. It's something that goes beyond the heaven and hell types of information we've been fed for a very long time. And so many of us are leaving the religion because it just does not relate. It just isn't true. We know about love on a level where we were afraid before, but we aren't afraid now. And I said, if anyone can do it, it's you. But he struggles because the root goes deep, and he is very much so tied to this root, and it's been this way for a long time. You don't just cut this type of tree down. You just simply don't cut it down. It's not an easy one to just simply cut down. There's just too many roots into too many people, into too many places. He keeps saying that you need to look at the honeycomb. This is the original journey that I did. There is a honeycomb system, and he says every one of those thousands of compartments, in every one of those compartments, there is also a root. I am not just the only one connected to the tree. And it's something along the lines of, if I choose to walk a new pathway, all the roots, I will have to sort of speak to all the roots. And those roots can manipulate some people. And in a way, he acknowledges that he is weak to it. But I will say that this man, Pope Francis, is a good man. And he is not a reptilian shapeshifter. He's not a demon. He is a good man. And I think it's important that the world knows that. And I think that for you to know that is actually a breath of fresh air. I think within all of our hearts, a lot of us know something is not right with this world. And there's something not right with religion and the influence of separation. And as we become more of a global community, we start to see separation more clearly. And a lot of us are longing to not feel that anymore. We're tired of feeling alone. They're tired of juggling all of the difficult problems and feeling like an individual person walking through their own nightmare of hell without any support or love. The type of love that we know angels can share, that heaven would share. And we're tired and exhausted from it. And we're hungering for a new type of message. And perhaps we just need to wait for the Catholic Church to dry up entirely. And all seasons do change, you know. Even if it takes 1 billion years, all seasons do change. The Catholic Church will not always be the Catholic Church. It could transform into some new religion that appears to be a new message, a new way, a new walk, but it is yet the same influence of you must do it this way. We know the correct way. They do not know the correct way. You can have humans with very egotistical inspirations that feed off of other people, that are afraid to own up to their own identities, to find the master within themselves, and just seeking out a leader. In the end, I tell them I'm going to find my own answer. And I hope you too, Pope Francis, find your own answer and stop thinking about the hive and the tree. You can just be your own man and start a new movement, a new way. You could share something that would heal many hearts. We want to know a new truth. He still shows me he's connected to the root, and he still struggles to find freedom from it. So that's what I have for you. I honestly could not let go of what I saw in the first journey, because it was long and it was slow and tedious to look at all of the compartments and to know there is yet so many more compartments. And part of the message too is about judgment. We cannot judge anything, anyone, unless we can truly see the bigger picture. And even then, there should be no such thing as judgment, only understanding and inspiration to heal and love and support a transformation into love, right? I mean, everything in this world needs support, not judgment. And there is a way that we can heal literally everything. We can heal each other, we can inspire each other, and it doesn't matter who it is. And we need to stop seeing the demon and pointing the finger at the reptilian. I'm sick of it. We need to start seeing us as a human race on planet Earth and see what we humans can do to help each other. I hope that you enjoy this message. Joseph, my best friend, has also shared a message on YouTube of his journey with Pope Francis. So I'm going to share a link to his perspective, his journey, in the description, and I'll pin a link to in the notes, the comments below. I'm also going to pin links to the part 1, okay? So I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. And if any of you are interested in connecting with me for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I hope you all have a great day.